Good morning. Today, let's talk about a video I recently watched on a predominantly conservative website. You have it's video of a school board meeting where a dad gets up and he starts talking about critical race theory and why we shouldn't be teaching it in the schools. The guy is a black guy, and he stands up and he goes, "Hey, here's who I am. Here's where I come from. I'm 100% black. My parents were black. Their parents were black. Their grandparents were black. My great-grandparents were black. We can trace our family lineage back to slavery. This group on this side, they were slaves. I think he said in Alabama. The other side of the family were slaves at one point in time in Texas." And then he says, "And here I am today, and I am not oppressed. I can go anywhere in this country. I check into hotels, I order food, I walk into stores, I can travel around freely, I can do whatever I want to do, and there is not some 190-year-old specter hanging around my neck stopping me from doing things." And he goes on to say that he has 3 kids, and he teaches his kids that they are victims. They are victims of their own ignorance, their own laziness, and their own bad choices. And I stopped the video there at that point, and I rewound that, and I listened to that again, because I think that is a tremendous message that everybody needs to hear. Every last one of us is a victim of our own bad decisions, our own lack of knowledge, and our own self-limits we put on ourselves. I mean, let's be honest. With this channel here, this is something I have wanted to do for more than a decade. You know what stopped me all this time? I stopped me. There's nobody telling me I couldn't do it. As a matter of fact, I've had people along the way telling me, "Dude, you really should do this. You have a good way of speaking to people. You can get a point across. You make good points. You have good ideas." And the whole time, what stopped me is me. I am doing this now, 10 years later, because I finally decided to take that first step. I finally decided to put my own laziness aside, my own fear of failure aside, my own worries that the people were going to label me this way or that way. My bad decisions and my good decisions have got me to where I am today in my life. That's the case for all of us. All of us are limited by what we choose to not know, what we decide to not do, and what we decide to do. All of us are limited by the decisions we make or don't make. And when you don't make a decision, you're still making a decision, right? That's an important point. We are not limited to what we can do in this world with most things, especially being here in America. Today, with all the technology we have, you can do just about anything. You can learn about anything you want to learn about. The information is right there at our fingertips. With the advent of the internet, everything is just a couple of clicks away. For me, the hardest part about trying to learn something is, what do I type in to get the information that I'm looking for? And that's probably something a lot of people run into. We are only limited by what we allow ourselves to be limited by. And if we go and teach our kids, hey, you're bad because of something someone did 200 years ago, 400 years ago, 600 years ago, we're limiting our kids. And if we're telling our kids, you can't be all that you can be because you're not this color, or because you are this color, we're handicapping ourselves. We're handicapping our future. We're stifling our growth as a nation. Man, think about it. All you have to do is put forth effort, and you can accomplish anything. Let me know what you think in the comments.